Hey folks, want to come on here and shoot a very quick solo podcast. This is going to be on JP Morgan. For those of you who don't know, I'm based in Sydney, Australia at the moment, and in the Central Business District, the CBD, there is a big building, and at the very top there is a logo, and that business is JP Morgan. So look forward to come on and talk a bit about it today. And yeah, let's get in. So JP Morgan commonly refers to JP Morgan Chase and Co., one of the world's largest, most influential financial institutions. It's a major American multinational bank and financial services company with a long history and global reach. What JP Morgan Chase and Co. is: multinational bank and financial services corporation headquartered in New York City, USA. Formed through the 2000 merger of JP Morgan and Co. and the Chase Manhattan Corporation, one of the quote big four end quote banks in the United States, and as of 2024 the largest bank in the world by market capitalization, provides a wide range of services including investment banking, commercial banking, asset and wealth management, and consumer financial products. Key facts: global presence, operates in over 100 countries with more than 300,000 employees, assets in the trillions of dollars, making it one of the most systematically important banks in the global financial system. Major business areas: consumer and community banking, retail banking services for individuals and small businesses, corporate and investment banking services for corporations, institutions, and governments, commercial banking, lending and banking services for mid-sized businesses, asset and wealth management, investment advice, and portfolio management for institutions and wealthy clients. Historical origin: the firm traces its roots back to the institutions from the 18th and 19th centuries, including the Bank of Manhattan Company, that is in 1799, and Dexter Morgan and Co. in 1871, which helped build it into a global financial powerhouse. Presence in Australia and New Zealand: JP Morgan has operated in the Asia Pacific region, including Australia and New Zealand, for over a century, offering financial services and playing an active role in local economies and philanthropic initiatives. Recent news highlights: here are some of the current developments involving the company: acquisition of UK pensions tech firm Wealth OS to grow retirement planning services. JP Morgan self-directed investing gaining recognition as a competitive online brokerage. CEO compensation news and legal issues involving Jamie Dimon. Expansion of private banking operations in Europe. So that's in ChatGPT. Let's go over to Gemini. JP Morgan Chase and Co. is a global financial powerhouse and currently the largest bank in the United States by assets, which is interesting. Said in, I think, in the world, if we go back to, as of 2024, the largest bank in the world by market capitalization on ChatGPT. So super interesting. Either way, the largest bank in the US by assets in Gemini, headquartered in New York City. It operates as a multinational banking and financial services holding company with a history dating back to 1799. Core business segments: the firm operates through four primary segments, catering to everyone from individual consumers to world governments. Consumer and community banking: Chase includes retail banking, credit cards, including Apple Card, which Chase is set to issue starting in early 2026, and home/auto lending. Corporate and investment banking: JP Morgan, a global leader in M&A, advisory, capital raising, and market making. Commercial banking provides credit, treasury, and payment solutions to corporations and municipal. Can't believe I'm getting this wrong. One sec. Excuse me, it's late in the evening. It's 11 p.m. So municipalities, excuse me. Asset and wealth management provides investments for institutions and high net worth individuals with trillions in assets under management, AUM. Municipalities, I can't believe. Anyway, key performance and figures: January 2026. The firm continues to maintain what CEO Jamie Dimon calls a quote fortress balance sheet, end quote. Stock symbol JPM, the New York Stock Exchange, or the NYSE. Current price approximately, presuming this is USD, 301 Dollars as of Jan 28, 2026. Market cap over $800 billion, presuming USD. Recent earnings reported a Q4 to 2025 net income of 13 billion, again presuming USD, not AUD. Traditional assets roughly 4.4 trillion, or total assets, roughly $4.4 trillion. Recent strategic moves, blockchain and AI. The firm is heavily invested in technology, spending upwards of 15 billion annually. This includes USD, the development of JPM coin, that's the United States dollar, and the recent execution of commercial paper on the Solion public blockchain. Security and Resiliency Initiative launched a 1.5 trillion initiative in late 2025 to boost critical industries, including frontier technologies and critical minerals. Global influence. The firm remains a key voice in global policy, recently providing deep analysis on the impact of US tariffs and infrastructure rebuilding efforts in the regions like Venezuela. Correct. Now, Jamie Dimon, who has been CEO since 2006, remains the central figure in the bank's leadership, though the firm has recently promoted several executives like Daniel Pinto and Jennifer Pizek, excuse me if I got that wrong, I think it's correct, to the COO and president roles as part of long-term succession planning. JP Morgan can refer to, this is on Perplexity, JP Morgan can refer to both a historic person and a modern global bank. Two main meanings. JP Morgan person, John Pierpont Morgan Sr., 1837 to 1913, was an American financier who dominated Wall Street corporate finance in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, reorganizing major railroads and helping create giants like US Steel, General Electric, and International Harvester. He was central in stabilizing the US financial system during crises like the Panic of 1893 and the Panic of 1907. JP Morgan business with JP Morgan Chase today, quote, JP Morgan, end quote, is the brand used for the corporate and investment bank, asset management and private banking businesses of JP Morgan Chase and Company, or Co., a large US-based, a large US-based financial service group. The firm provides, which we already talked about, investment banking, markets, treasury, security services, asset management, and private banking to clients in over 100 markets. About JP Morgan Chase, the group. JP Morgan Chase and Co. is a public financial holding company headquartered in New York. We went over this, serving millions of customers, small businesses, institutions, and governments globally. It has several major lines of business: consumer and community banking, corporate and investment banking under the JP Morgan name, commercial banking, and asset and wealth management. I think that's it. There's one thing to know about JP Morgan. I thought it was that they're one of the world's largest financial institutions, or that in 2024, the largest bank in the world by market capitalization, but let's check out what the one thing to know is. One simple big thing to know: JP Morgan Chase is so large and interconnected that it's considered, quote, systematically important, end quote, meaning governments closely watch it because if it ever failed, it could shake the entire global financial system. In plain terms, when JP Morgan sneezes, the world markets catch a cold. That's a good one. I think I'll leave it there. Thank you for listening, and if you're based around Sydney, feel free to reach out for a coffee. It'd be great to catch up. Thanks.